So guys, now let's start with our data ingestion part. So first of all, what I will do, I'll just show you the notebook experiment. Then I will try to convert this notebook to our modular coding implementation. Okay. So for this, inside this resource folder, I'm going to create another file called, let's say 01 data ingestion. Because this is going to be my first stage. So that's why I'm giving like number. You can also skip the number. You can give any kinds of name. It's up to you. But whenever you are creating the pipeline, just to remember what you can do, you can assign the number. Okay, that would be better. Data ingestion.ipynb. So this is going to be my notebook file. So first of all, let me select my kernel. So this is my kernel, cnncls. Yeah. So the first thing, guys, what I have to do, I have to get back to my project working directory, because if I show you, let's say if I just write this command, first of all, let me import operating system. Now see if I do pwd, you'll see that I'm inside resource folder. Okay. But what I need to do, I need to get back to my project folder working directory. So this is my project folder working directory, but I'm inside this resource folder. Okay. Now if I want to get back, what you need to do, I think remember in our previous project also I showed you. So you have to use this command. So os.change directory. So inside that you just need to write dot okay, slash. So if you give dot slash, it will automatically get back one folder. So let me show you now. Let's see my project working directory, my root directory. So I think you remember the workflow I told you. First of all, we have to update the config YAML, then entity params. As of now, I don't need, because params will be updating whenever we'll be doing the model configuration. But at the very first, you have to keep some dummy value in the params.yaml. Otherwise, you will get some issue. Okay, whenever you will execute the code. So make sure this file is not empty. Okay, you just add some dummy value as of now. Then components, pipeline, main. Okay, and so on. But before that, let me show you like the data. I think you remember we collected this data called chicken fecal images. Okay, now you can ask me from where we can get the data. So simply you can go to the Kaggle website. So Kaggle. Or you can directly search chicken disease dataset Kaggle. So you will get this kinds of image actually. See, so this is one of the data you can use, and you can see inside training, we are having this image. Okay, and see this data contains actually multiple classes like coccidiosis, then salmonella, then you can see Newcastle disease. Okay, so that's how actually it is having multi classes. What you can do, you can download the entire data and you can create a multi classification model. Okay, only just you just need to change the last layer of your neural network. Then you can create a multi-class classification. I'll tell you whenever I'll configure the model. That time I'll tell you if you want to perform the multi-classification, that time how you can perform it. So here we are doing actually it's a binary classification. So healthy or coccidiosis. Okay, that means we are having two classes. Okay, but if you're having more than two classes, that time you can perform multi-classification as well. Got it? So here what I did, guys, I already downloaded the image and I collected this coccidiosis actually fecal and healthy fecal. Okay, so these two images actually I have collected. Now there is another website you can refer called RoboFlow. RoboFlow is having one amazing product called Universe. So just let me open the Universe. Universe is having all kinds of computer vision related data. Let's say you want to perform classification. Just click on the classification and simply search here. Let's say you can simply copy from here. You can search chicken disease. Okay, so it will also give you chicken disease kinds of data. So guys, you can see chicken disease detection and tracking. So they're also having classification kinds of data. Okay, if you just find it here. Okay, if you find it here, you will also get classification data. So in case actually what I did, I just downloaded the data from the Kaggle website. Okay, so you can also download from the Kaggle, and I will also share my data with you. I'll share you my URL. From there you can also download my data. Okay, that's it. So the first thing what you have to do, you have to upload your data in your GitHub, because I already told you this is the basics implementation we are doing at the very first. So we'll be trying to read the data from the GitHub itself. Okay, later on I will also show you how we can read the data from this 3 bucket from the database. Okay, and this is the image data. Okay, it's the image data. So this data actually we can't store inside a, let's say, database. Okay, So in case if you're having image data, so what you can do, image videos data, you can keep inside this 3 bucket. Storage service you can use. So you can use AWS, GCP, or you can also use Azure. So from there, actually you can read the data. So you can create a bucket inside that you can keep the data. So as of now, if you see my data size is very less. If I show you my data size, if I show you the zip file, so this is the zip file. So if I show you the properties, you can see it's around 11 MB. Okay, so if I'm having actually less than 50 MB, that case actually what I can do, I can upload the data directly to my GitHub. You can also upload in your Google Drive. From Google Drive itself, you can also read the data. I will also show you in some project how we can utilize our Google Drive, because Google Drive will give you free spaces. And at the end of the day, you have to reduce the cost also, right? So that's why we'll be utilizing free services most of the time. So GitHub also provides actually some kinds of free storage. So there actually I can also store my file. So what I've done, guys, I just uploaded this chicken pickle image inside my GitHub. So you just need to drag and drop. Okay, just try to make a zip file and drag and drop. Now see, it will automatically upload this file here. And if file size is big, it will give you error. Okay, you can't upload. That time actually you can keep any, you can keep your data in a storage service, or let's say Google Drive, there I can keep. So as of now, I'll just try to cancel. Once it is uploaded, just try to do the commit operation. I'll just cancel it because I already have the data. Let me show you. So chicken pickle image zip file. Just click here, try to copy the link address. Okay, right click and copy the link address, and this is the entire URL of your data. Okay, now you can see the first stage actually we'll be doing. So we'll be utilizing this URL to ingest the data. Okay, first of all, we'll be doing on the notebook, then we'll try to convert as our modular coding. Now before that, I think you remember we have to first of all update the config.yaml file. And what is config.yaml file? I think you already know. So here we keep all kinds of changeable variable. Let's say the variable I can change later on. Okay, that kinds of variable I can initialize here. So this is my data ingestion related variable. You can see. First of all, we'll be creating one root folder called artifact. Inside that, it will save all the artifact. It will create a data ingestion folder. Inside that, it will ingest the data. That means it will download the data from this URL and it will save inside the folder. Okay, so these are the configuration you have to write inside config.yaml. And this is the entire data URL, guys. Okay, the data URL actually you have copied. You just need to paste here and make sure you are uploading data in your GitHub. Okay, sometimes actually if you're trying to download from my GitHub, you might get some error. So make sure you are uploading inside your GitHub and try to replace the link. Okay, that's it. Now you can see, guys, these are the variable I need. Okay, for the data ingestion. Now let me save. Now the second thing what I have to do, guys, I have to also set the path. Okay, like I will be reading this YAML file. Okay, so I also need to set the path inside constant. So from constant, actually I'll be returning two paths. One is the config file path and this is like param file path. Okay, this two file path actually I'll be returning so that I can read it later on. Okay, with the help of read YAML functionality. I think you remember inside common we have already written read YAML. Okay, this will read the YAML file and it will return the content. Okay, I hope it is clear. Okay, fine. So guys, now let's open up our notebook. Now the first thing will be updating the entity. So I think you know what is entity. Entity is nothing but it's a return type of function. So this is the entity. That means whatever variable I have defined here, the same variable I'm initializing it here. Okay, and I'm also giving the data type. Okay, like root directory is a path, then source URL is a string. Okay, that's how you can also give the data type. And this is a data class because it will return these are the variable. Okay, so you don't need to write the self here because it's not an actual Python class. It's a data class right now. Okay, and frozen is equal to true. That means apart from that, you can't define any other variable. Okay, these are the frozen already with that. Now let me initialize the entity. Now the second thing, I have to update my configuration manager in src config, but here we are doing inside notebook. So let me write everything in the notebook. So for this, I need these are the library. So you can see I'm importing constant. That means whatever constant I've initialized here. So here the constant I've initialized. So this will give me actually two variables. So this two variable actually I'm importing here. I'm giving this start. That means it will import everything inside that. Then from common, I'm importing readyaml and create directories. Okay, these two functions. Now you can see this is my entire configuration manager class. So here I've written a configuration manager class. Inside that I'm reading the YAML file. You can see that config YAML file and params YAML file, both I'm reading. But params YAML file is empty. Okay, if you see it's empty. So I have to add some dummy value. So here I can write key val like that. So later on I'll change it whenever I'll initialize the model. As of now, let's give the dummy value. That's it. Now, first of all, we'll be creating the directory. That means artifact root. Okay, that means this artifact folder would be created. After that, I'm initializing one method. The method name is get data ingestion config. So the return type is data ingestion config, the same entity we have I think define, I think remember. That means it will return only these are the variable, and these are the variable actually value from where I'm getting from the YAML file, I think remember. Okay, from YAML file actually I'm getting it. So you can see I'm initializing the YAML file. From that YAML file I'm reading root directory, source URL, local data file, zip directory. Okay, that means whatever value we have assigned here, okay, everything we're trying to read. And how we are reading, I think you remember, it is returning the YAML file, and that YAML file we are returning as a config box. Okay, and we can call these are the key like that. I think you remember that trials.ipynb I showed you na, how we can convert dictionary to this one config box type format. Okay, now let me initialize the configuration manager. The next thing I'll be creating the component, our actual data ingestion component. For this I need these are the library. I'm using a request library. So with the help of request we'll be downloading the data from the GitHub. Okay, then logger and get size. Get size, it will give you the size of the data. Now this is the entire component class, like data ingestion class, guys. You can see. So here it will take one input called data ingestion configuration. That means the configuration you have created, it will take the configuration. After that, this is the method. First of all, it will download the data from the URL. You can see it is downloading the data from the GitHub URL. Okay, then it will logging the information. Then after downloading, it will extract the zip file, because first of all I have to download the data, then I have to extract the zip file. And to execute this method one by one, stepwise, so we have to use some pipeline. Okay, so you can see the next stage is the pipeline. So let's update the pipeline. So pipeline is nothing but it's a step of execution. So you can see this is the entire pipeline I've written. First of all, I'm initializing the configuration manager, because I need this configuration, right? Then I'm getting the configuration. You can see get data ingestion configuration, and whatever configuration I'm getting, I'm passing it to my component class. You can see, okay, because it will take that. Then I'm calling the download file first of all. Then I'm calling the extract zip file. Okay, second, because first of all download, then unzip. Okay, I think it is clear now. Now see, if I execute this program, you'll see that left hand side your data would be ingested. See, it is downloading the data right now. So guys, as you can see, execution is completed. Now if I open the artifact, now it has created data ingestion folder. Inside that you can see it has downloaded the data as a zip file, and it has also unzipped it, and you can see this is the unzipped data, and inside that you are having coccidiosis image and healthy image. That means we have successfully ingested the data. Now what we'll be doing, guys, this notebook is working fine. Now let's try to convert this notebook as a modular coding implementation.